Okay, so first debate in a few minutes, in a while, in a few months. Waffle Man versus Mari. Uh, for anyone that wants to do some of these later, I'm gonna be doing the cash prize tournament, but not right now. It's just kind of like a test thing. So the topic is in chat. So Mari's AF. It's gonna be the United States federal government should significantly increase its exploration and or development of the Arctic. And Mari's AF and
Okay.
Waffle's an egg.
Okay.
Hold on, side note. Hold on. Is there a way I can unlock it? Because you are telling me it's locked. I don't know what it means by it's locked. Oh, wait, hold on. View channel.
We can keep it locked.
Let's
All right.
go.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So.
This will account into the rankings.
Okay. Well, Waffle. Look, I'm gonna be the primary judge. I just want Dom's input, so it'll be fine. Okay. So just give me a second, Mari, and then I'll start your timers. Timer. Let me make a flowing paper here. No, I'm just gonna use one on Brave. Okay. Timer. Okay, so it is 6 minutes for you, Mari. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes, the United States federal government should significantly increase its exploration and or development of the Arctic. This is because for a multitude of reasons. For example, geopolitical security and slash counters to other governments, for example, China or Russia. For example, there's an increased presence in the Arctic can like give counters to China's polar Silk Road and Russia's military expansion. And Russia is known to use the Arctic as like a little leech to test nuclear weapons and stuff. For example, as North Korea uses the sea to test nuclear weapons. Another reason is the economic and resource security. As if you put resources into the Arctic, which is a very like far away place from other countries, you can make sure they get more resources and make sure you keep the resources that you have. So it's very beneficial to the government. As an example, it gives reserves to minerals such as copper, nickel, and gold, and natural gas to strengthen the U.S. supply chains. Another reason is strategic positioning, as utilizing Alaskan territory and the Arctic and newly navigable routes enhance U.S. military power in the Arctic region. And the last reason is infrastructure development, as being in the Arctic and exploring more of the Arctic can build renewable energy and sustainable infrastructure for local communities. And another other multiple potential advantages, as we all know the conflicts in Greenland between the U.S. and Russia and other countries, if I'm wrong, right? We could use Greenland for mining and expand mining operations in Greenland to reduce dependence on foreign resources and with other countries and foreign affairs. And it also gives us more maritime security, as this will enhance our Coast Guard and naval presence to secure shipping lanes and prevent nothing bad from being shipped. And it also gives us more insight on the Arctic and how it is actually like the scientific and environmental monitoring, which helps us develop technology to monitor the environmental changes while increasing presence. Done.
Damn, that quick? Okay. You got
Yeah.
3 minutes left in your time. You weren't even like, okay. What's his name? Okay. Waffle, you got a 3 minute cross sex. Hold on. Let me just. All right, whenever you're ready.
All right, I'm good.
Three,
What's the
two.
plan?
Okay, you can go.
All right, what's the plan? What's the plan? What if like Bernard votes for you? What will the U.S. federal government do?
The U.S. federal government will give us more resources, which would give us more profit, and it will
What's like
increase our
mandated
security.
by what? What's mandated by the act? Like what? Like are you just like what does it mean to increase exploration and or development of the Arctic? Because that's really broad.
It means like getting more resources into
So
the
so
U.S. as
the AF is just getting more resources in the Arctic.
and increasing securities and is able to help us and able to
Why
like get
can't
more gas
why can't we
and help
get
our position
resources anywhere else other than the Arctic?
because the
Why is the
Arctic is
Arctic
like a very
uniquely different than any other space where we could get resources? Or why, like, are we not getting resources right now?
we're getting resources, but if you get to the Arctic, it gives us more resources and it gives us more security of those resources.
Sure. Why can't any other country do the plan or increase exploration and or development of the Arctic? What uniquely does the U.S. pose separate from other countries?
If he expands development into the Arctic, it will give us more maritime security, so we can make sure that we get the resources to
And if
ourselves.
another NATO member increased exploration and or development of the Arctic, what's the difference in like the securitization of it?
A good question. It will probably lower it, but still, the maritime
Why?
security would we be able to enhance it.
Wait, I'm confused. Like, why can't Canada or any other NATO member increase exploration and or development of the Arctic if like how does that not solve the security threats?
Oh, can you repeat the question real quick?
Like if any other NATO member increased exploration and or development of the Arctic, how does that not solve the security threats that you've identified?
It does not. The way how it doesn't solve it because as it's a part of like a membership as NATO and as a partnership, they want to give us more security resources.
Wait, what? Why can't NATO give us resources?
Wait, whoa.
Like you can okay, sure, I'll move on. I guess what does the like specifically what are the benefits of doing the plan outside of getting more resources that doesn't exist in status quo? And how does getting more resources benefit us?
It would give us more military power as it would give us more strategic positioning. And using those natural gases and all the other materials that we are able to get is going to able to enhance our military power and our Coast Guard.
Enhanced military power and Coast Guard. Okay, military power and Coast Guard are already pretty strong right now.
Time.
What?
Okay. Waffle, you want to take some prep time? Or just want to go straight into it?
I'll send a document because I have a document. I'm good.
Yeah. Just send me your document.
It's just the same document.
Okay.
11 viewers.
Why are people watching this?
That's crazy.
Oh, I hate. Okay, I can't look at it here. I can't look at it in a PDF or in a notepad. It's doing some weird. Here, I'm just gonna have to flow it. I'm gonna have to like write non-disclosure, I guess. It's fine. Dom, if you can get
people
it.
need to leave.
I have it. I can see it.
Okay. Yeah. Dom, can you just like send me I don't know, like a screenshot, like a copy and paste?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
Thank you. I bet. Okay. Just hold on, and then let me set your timer as well, Waffle. Thank you, Samurai Dom.
By the way, the order is 6 off case, and then just 6 off.
Okay.
And then I'll go to case.
Okay. Timer's whenever you're ready.
Okay, wait. Disclaimer for the chat is gonna. Like, I don't know if you're gonna understand anything, but yeah.
Okay. So really quickly, just to run it back one more time. The topic is the United States federal government should significantly increase its exploration and or development of the Arctic. Okay. Waffle has just got stage fright. It's good, Waffle.
Yeah, exactly. You guys should honestly did.
All right. Hey, bro, don't worry about stage fright, bro. Don't worry about it.
No, it's not even that. It's just like okay, 3. All right, everyone good?
Okay, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready whenever you are ready.
We're good.
All right. First off is Canada counterplan. Canada should significantly increase its exploration and development of the Arctic. It solves case and reinvigorates Canadian independence Acts 2023. If American relations are number one, ensure the use facilitated of jointly managing and contributing to NORAD. Troubling President Washington responded when Ottawa's considered independence at peril of free riding to find a stance in the North being a laggard. Adversary affect Canadian independence and staying within the U.S. as allies. Canada was the leading middle power today with prospect of becoming marginal criterion as a capacity of a leader in the subset of relevant capacities real of achieving the military modest. And Canadian leadership prevents breakdown of multilateral institutions extinction create a seed to invigorate multilateral strengthen the Canada all this breakdown through multilateral. We avert new wars, nuclear crisis, terror, cyber pandemic, and food and migration. The decline of multilateral take the world to the brink of breakdown. Canada can influence given the history of multilateral and creation of institutions becoming a voice for governments to be foreign policy. Unless we don't have multilateral, we don't solve problems that threaten the world. And next off is the impeachment counterpoint. The United States federal government should commit to removing and barring from office any president who does not significantly increase exploration and or development of the Arctic, and the 47th president of the United States should refuse to significantly increase exploration and or development of the Arctic. It solves by eventual adoption and removes backsliding pro-life and fragmentation extinction goals for 25. So as president on why deliver market Trumpist tools to limit media will be critical in use. Host to fall in line to save lessons. Trump is used or to intimidate your opponents to suppress competition. Elections need unvarnished reporting. Trump will engage in election manipulation. Personalist leadership is undermining democracy. Personal lawyers maintain party discipline. Constant threat of challenge to Trump has been effective for controlling the legislative. Trump and Jesus for third and could run for VP orders for term limits and no longer be superpower democracy. Democracy be under great pressure. Globally, even those great power back in the U.S. after the liberal policies. This increase the chance of great power and incentive for Poland, so-called Taiwan will increase. States should reach bargains to avoid war. In case states cannot estimate cost bargains out fail having check-in, make it easier independence to restrain states from conflict by signaling results, avoid miscalculations, crucial result of damage by Trump trade war. Democracy is not fight survival of democracy, least likely outcome of the next years. And next off is the Putin politics. This said, Putin's regime is stable now, but on the brink of collapse. Like bar 24. On the surface, Putin's regime seems stable, but Putin's fragile, just like hardly when anyone of the divisions probably in March or mob storming a Russian international airport. New domestic unrest get a trigger for influencing comments on the brink of collapse. Russian-based power out of control, triggering the switch to Moscow's regime, and genuine U.S.-Russia relations collapses the domestic support for Putin and Gal 24. Anti-Westernism is Russian national identity, increasing reliance on anti-West sentiment, only unified people ideology is xenophobia that repudiates the West values and resurrect past glories from East. The social fabric, the shared forged identity of feet that included preceding ideologies that provides a unifying identity that resonates with the populace. Russian society actively opposes the West's narrative, yields to support Kremlin, and regime instability leads to nuclear war via civil war, economic decline, supply chain disruption, and separatism. Yap 25. Putin's power states hate a small inner circle concentration of power has created a system with weak institutions for transition. Russia's political structure has two mechanisms. Observed as hard travel leadership couldn't be forced out. The lack of a succession can lead to civil conflict, open power struggles, destabilize Russia waste and internal conflict. The unstable transition from other significant internal repercussions and instability could affect global markets, supply chains, and national security. For our struggle, embolden separatist movements in Chechnya, given Russia's nuclear arsenal, any prolonged instability could trigger the regional security Arctic with spillover effects in Eastern Europe, Central Asia, and the broader international community. And next off is the midterms. It's that Dems win now, chart insurgent. Dems win now, chart insurgent, poly market 124, and Arctic policy is politically popular. Poll from taxpayers highlights a strong partisan author for Arctic among voters and congressional districts for policy to protect Arctic swing district support protections by a significant majority across key battleground districts. All districts support Arctic, and Democratic wins checks further Trump aggression. My author got deleted. Midterms are last chance to stop Trump, block further damage across the economy, environment, alliances, and ROL. Trump's return. Okay, Trump's turn inflicted on harm on democracy, economy caught in the crossfire, nation pulled apart, extremism emboldened, allies questioning whether they can rely on us. Trump closing the dictators and betting allies pulled out the back on agreements like climate and democracy as a break. What's needed is checks and balances. By electing a Dem majority, we restore the balance of the House, hold the administration accountable. Congress obviously the executive impeach Trump and issue spontaneously compel witness appropriate monies to block funding for initiators, direct funding, Greg Records, House relief. Consider extreme nominees don't get represented. Cross supply the impeachment counterplan card for the impact and nuclear war. My author got deleted. Trump is in danger of sliding into authoritarianism, risking nuclear war, increase President sole authority over nuclear attack, doomsday politics, military destroy trust, instead of restoring source of instability, mean the end of humanity. Trump is constituted power. U.S. to rely on nuclear brinkmanship, triggered acceleration and proliferation. And next is this EIA counterplan. The United States should engage in a prior binding environmental impact assessment based on international guidelines to the Arctic on significantly increasing its exploration and or development of the Arctic. The counterplan solves as competitive and establishes a model for cooperative governments to prevent unsustainable Arctic development. My author got deleted. Mandate in-depth environmental studies in more cases, increasingly significant development pressures. New actors want to be involved. New impacts result. Geoengineering projects that have major environmental impacts attract major funding for research. It suggests that the need for more integrated depth of EIA in the Arctic nations cap the EIA limit effectiveness the Arctic gas, the development of the Arctic specific EIA nature does not seem to be a priority. The Arctic government's guidelines focus on issues particular to the Arctic. Damage to permafrost and TKIA guidelines have no impact on domestic legislation. The AC document to address good practices. These recognize the specific characteristics of the Arctic environment, underscore the need for input of these indigenous peoples and encourage states to increase co-op across the Arctic. Nonetheless, the same weaknesses provide no oversight nor compliance with the U.S. being a pioneer in EIA. Greater intention in the AI in the Arctic is needed. The government can foster dissemination of EIA best practices for projects flooding, and the U.S. can play roles in requiring assessments. And multilateral Arctic sustainability cooperation solves multiple existential threats. No author. The Arctic sits at the lead for the most pressing problems the world faces: climate development and conversation, governance across boundaries, populism, great power competition, geopolitical tensions, stability, the international order, issues like complex interconnected and compounding the essential issues, understanding climate, ensuring research addresses needs of people, and sustaining Arctic life and the challenges of geopolitical times. Arctic impacts are advanced notices to the world, fires and extreme weather across the hemisphere and at sea level, whereas the Arctic is driving international conflict over resources and routes and add to vexing geopolitical landscape. The positive global interests include the respect of the religions of these people, the need to lead climate adaptation and developing innovative governments, new mechanisms that prioritize engagements with indigenous peoples, leveraging resources and science diplomacy through the Arctic Council to support sustainable development, resource management, and environmental protection across borders. And on to case again, one, you can vote on presumption because there's no plan. There's no one knows what increasing exploration and or development of the Arctic means. Two, like no terminal impact. They just no terminal impact. Mari just identified that it could that we can get minerals and copper and stuff, and that we can securitize against Russia. But there's no terminal that he's identified. No terminal on what would happen if we didn't securitize against Russia. What there's no impact to the AF. Again, nothing would happen if we don't securitize against Russia. That's the status quo. There's no reason why increasing exploration and order development of the Arctic uniquely changes that, because the U.S. already has exploration and or development of the Arctic. So again, you could also just vote neg on it. They're not. It's non-inherent, because again, if you're defending that the U.S. should increase exploration and or development of the Arctic, that's already happening in the status quo. They lose on inherency. It's a voting issue. You can automatically vote neg on that. I don't know how much time I have left.
You had 5 seconds. Okay.
All right.
That was actually pretty decent spreading.
Oh.
Okay. So people that don't understand what Waffleman is doing, so in debate and policy or LD,
It's flowing.
It's not flowing.
He was spreading.
Yeah, it's called spreading. So pretty much.
Bro, why are there 19 people watching this?
Yeah. So pretty much Waffleman, he only had 7 minutes. He only 5 minutes to compact what he wants to say. So you got to say it really fast. You don't say it really fast, you don't get off what you want to say, and then attack the other person's case. So he had to spread or just say things very fast. And I'm recording this on YouTube, so if you don't understand and you want to watch it back, I walk through with my cursor so you're able to read as we go. But I'll explain everything at the end. Yeah, I'll send you the video. That was pretty good spreading though, Waffle. Okay, Mari, whenever you are ready for cross-ex.
So, as I'm reading through your document here, since you were spreading and I couldn't really interpret much of what you were saying, I'm reading to a point here where the bold, for context for the viewers, is multilateral Arctic sustainability cooperation solve those existential threats. You specified that the Arctic sits at the leading edge of some of the most pressing problems the world faces today, coping with the growing and social-economically uneven impacts of climate change, finding appropriate balance between economic development and conversation, and coordinating governance across local, regional, and international boundaries, all made more challenging by increasing populism and distrust of government.
You want me to? Okay, so what this card is saying is that, yeah, sure, the Arctic issues in the Arctic exist, but what we argue is that only doing the plan by first implementing an environmental impact assessment and then doing the plan, that's the only way that we can solve any of these threats. The EIA is key. A strong EIA model is key. If we don't do the plan through the EIA, we don't solve any of these threats, because again, also there's no bright line for what increasing exploration and or development of the Arctic even means. The EIA, if you're wondering what that is basically an assessment that determines whether the impact the plan has on the Arctic whether the impact the plan has on the climate is positive or negative. And if the EIA can say no to the plan, so basically, it's not what the counterplan is. It's not certain because it doesn't have a certain implementation of the plan. But the EIA, we argue the EIA will say yes to the plan. So it results in whatever you decide the AF does. But it also solves extinction because it reinvigorates the strong EIA model that we argue solves multiple existential threats.
Mm-hmm. And also another point, you're mainly emphasizing on my point about resources, but what about scientific studies about the Arctic that you can learn more about, and that effect that it has on U.S. as a whole?
I didn't hear you say.
Could you elaborate on how you were emphasizing more on the resource point that I made, or rather the scientific studies point that I'm questioning you on right now. Can you
No,
elaborate on that?
like all of the threats that this card identifies, we argue is only solvable with a strong a strong EIA model that spills over into like Arctic sustainability cooperation, like a cooperative governance model. That we argue if countries are able to cooperate over key issues in the Arctic, which is only possible through doing the plan through the EIA, then it solves these multiple existential threats. Like I'm not I'm a little confused on the question. If you're asking like what the card is saying, or if you're asking like
Yeah, I'm trying to like ask you to like summarize the main point of the document to
the
work
whole
on.
document, there's like many
Not
off
the
case.
whole, not the whole, but like the main majority points of it.
Okay, well, there's like different off case points.
David?
Okay. Mari, do you want to take prep time, or do you just want to go straight into your rebuttal?
Okay, so I'm gonna go straight into my rebuttal because the main. Okay,
Okay.
all right. So
You got 3 minutes on the clock. You ready?
3 minutes. Yep, I got you.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So Waffle, I noticed that the main point was based on the strength of the EIA, which is basically counting the environmental destruction argument, and that is pretty much uh, and that's pretty much kind of unreasonable, guys, because there's going to be, as based on the U.S. and the type of money that they're getting, it's obvious that there's going to have responsible development, which means increased regulator presence allows the U.S. to enforce high environmental, labor, and safety standards that are absent under foreign, less regulated competitors. This goes back to your point of how you don't and on how you don't guarantee the security of the resources, as we're going to have more responsible development on it. And another thing is scientific understanding, which came to my cross examination for you, as exploration and monitoring are necessary to understand and mitigate climate change impacts. Which if we stop the exploration and development of the Arctic, we're not going to know like the patterns of the weather. Which I'm trying to say in like an easy way so a lot of people can understand. But it's not going to be very effective to the U.S. and to the people about basically how the weather works, which impacts safety. And there will be also better alternatives as if the U.S. does not develop its own resources, it may rely on foreign oil, which even low environmental standards, which can impact the safety of the U.S. citizens, or it can also create more risk by drilling and other more biodiversity-rich waters, which obviously is a huge issue by itself. That's it. Sorry, boy.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Take prep. Wait, how much prep do you get in this burner?
That's 4 minutes prep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 4 minutes prep. I forgot I was muted. Okay. While we wait, so for y'all that don't really understand, I'm kind of just gonna run through the case real quick.
Wait, hold on, Burner, wait. I got a question. I got a question.
What's up?
Was that my cross examination? Wait, so that was already my. That was. Oh, never mind, never mind. I understand now. I got my feelings. That's good. That's good. Never mind.
Actually, I won't explain it because I don't want Mark to get a little step leg up. But also, I'm gonna be doing more of these, and I'm gonna be doing a tournament in a few weeks for a cash prize, like $40. So if you want in, hit me up. Back on this main topic.
Hey, Leonard. I know you can hear me. Why did you say that my D and FF be City Boy on their offense?
What are we talking
All
about?
right.
What are we
No, no. What Leonard
I
is
see.
saying in
I
the
have the chat
chat.
open. A lot of people actually do.
That's bad look, bro.
Okay, cool. Okay, so cover the topics inside the comments. Let me just find it. The United States should actually here. I'm just gonna do this so y'all can read it. The difference between Lincoln Douglas. Side note: tomorrow is gonna be Klez versus Dom at Tuesday, 7 p.m. EST. So if you want to see Pastor Klez run it versus
Yep.
Samurai Dom, on abortion.
Disclaimer, guys. That one's not gonna be LD. That one's gonna be just like
Yeah, completely different
straight.
format. Yeah, they're not gonna be speaking super fast. So yeah, they'll be able to keep them.
Yeah,
Keep up.
and since it's very ancient human beings, as Samurai Dom is going against Klez, there's going to be 2 or 3 judges. Bernard, I think it would be
Blood,
a great
I am
idea for
18
me.
years old, bro.
Lie again. You're 28. Lie again. Okay. Okay.
Well, what I'm gonna do is
Bernard, it would be a great idea.
who's speaking? Their mic's not turning green.
Let me.
Mari?
My fault. Yeah, my fault about that. But
You're good.
I think me, you, and Waffle should be the judges for tomorrow's match since we debated tonight. What I'm trying to say.
I think what I was gonna do is I was gonna do me, and then another atheist / agnostic. So it's kind of an unbiased thing, because I would agree
Uh,
with Klez's position, but having an unbiased source.
Wait, what?
It'd be fun.
That depends. That depends what the question is. Let me go check the
It's on
survey.
abortion.
Check what the
It's on
question is.
abortion.
Oh, it's on abortion. Yeah, Wandy knows a lot about abortion, and Leonard too.
Wendy was a failed abortion. Sorry, Wendy.
Yeah, and Paquette too. And I see another person, Dior Poopy. They know a lot about it too.
Okay, you got 40 seconds left, Waffle.
Okay.
Yeah, and Dior Poopy airing my DMs, Dior Poopy. Yeah, you a bad boy. Yo, Conti, yo, Conti, you can't go any slower. City boy, you can't go any closer.
Okay.
Damn.
Stop speaking to the stage.
Yo, delete that, Dior, for your own good, bro. Here,
Yeah,
again,
for
you.
your own good, you want to delete that before you get banned. Okay, that's time. Oh, my ears. Okay. So you got a 6-minute rebuttal. All right.
6 minutes? Oh my god, I'm not gonna fill that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, probably can't even ask the contract.
I could fill it if I wanted, but I'm not. Can I read cards again?
Okay, let's go. Okay, timer's gonna start right now. No,
Yeah, I'll
Corey.
read
No,
first.
Corey, not right now. It's mid round, bro. Just DM it to me and I'll ask it later. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Actually, that's cool. Okay.
Mario is not up yet. Bring him up.
Oh, that's what you were saying. Mark, where'd you go now? Pilot, stop paying people. Just keep winning, bro. Okay. Whenever y'all are ready.
Wait, let me time myself this time.
Okay. Cool.
Are you gonna flow again, so I could actually understand what you're saying?
Well, he's gonna spread. I'm gonna flow. I'm gonna write what he says.
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, pilot. So it'd be like Leonard, you spend $600 on a team and then you lose in the Sweet 16. All you gotta do.
Are we good?
Actually, technically, isn't it like 800?
Yo, Leonard, how's your college fund? Spent it all on.
Okay, let's go. Okay.
You
Okay,
spent most of your college fund on content.
Okay, Mari, shut up. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, y'all ready? 3.
Yeah.
2, 1, go.
Super easy ballot for the neg. They dropped every off-case position. I'll go for the, all they respond to was the EI, but I'm not going for it. I'll go for the midterms. This had to make it easy to understand for the low IQ individuals in the audience. The whole argument when conceded. Here is how the story of the dissent goes. The Dems win the midterms now. Polymarket slice the odds is 80-20. It's super likely, but voters love Arctic policy, especially independents, which are key to the results of the election. And I'll read more cards. I'll read more cards on it here. The Democrats are on track to win now, but it's close. Polymarket is reliable, especially in toss-up where districts 2025. The study was the first to systematically compare polling to Polymarket that motivated from inaccuracy of the polling in several elections. Predictive results indicate Polymarket is superior to the polling when the swing states, specifically Polymarket, provided unique insight beyond polls. And the Democratic wins on the margins, Mover 26. Democrats are finding their way to political power. Blue victories over preference. Democrats can make a comeback next fall. Moderates won by big margins. Several significant contests for the first time in decades and years. The Democratic victories are on track for the midterm elections 2025 prompted Democrats to expand their target. Republicans just a slim advantage. Democrats need to 3 seats and predicting they can make it happen. And like this, so yeah, we win. You need to spy landslide. It's dropped. And now onto the link. The link is massive. The plan's Arctic policy is widely popular and is seen as a major win for Republicans. 1, polls. They show huge bipartisan support for Arctic deterrence policy. 2, and that's key for independent voters. And 2, swing districts. The most critical voters love the plan, which sways as Republican wins. That's sense from the 1 and C, which went dropped. The plan will be done by Trump as he's the current president, and the president gets credit for policy. And if Trump doesn't get credit, then the Republicans will get credit as they control Congress. And if voters see Congress slash Trump as doing something that they like, Arctic policy, then many independent voters will flip. So the results in Republicans winning the midterms. The result is this results in the drop terminal impact of the extinction via Trump lash out, which I'll extend later. It drops, so you know, try or die for neg. Democrats can successfully constrain Trump. But either way, Arctic policy is popular. Recent success proves Miller 25. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisles complain about the U.S. falling behind Russia and China in the Arctic. But budget reconciliation bill is set to change that. Passed the Senate, which will provide billions to significantly expand a fleet of Coast Guard vessels has been met with enthusiasm. Senator Lisa Murkowski, our Alaska, cited the historic investment and modernization of the Coast Guard. Senator Den Sullivan, our Alaska's, applauded the decision. This is going to be great for Arctic security and great for America. And Republicans get to campaign on the plan. It ensures victory. Clemens 922. You will claim credit for government spending compromises an important source of incumbency advantage by emphasizing efforts to lobby for additional funding. Pandemic aid strongly predicts incumbent performance. Incumbents in overrepresented states enjoy small electoral as investments are robust, controlling threats our estimation validity and economic conditions strongly predict incumbent support. And yes, or basically, Republicans get credit for the plan. They campaign on the plan. We've already identified as gone drop that like voters love the plan. Voters love Arctic policy, specifically for the reasons they have identified. Voters love the idea that potentially we can gain economic benefits or we can protect the Coast Guard or anything that Mari's identified in his 1AC that he says the plan functionally will do. Voters will love it, but either like so it leads to and Trump gets credit, so Trump wins, and Trump winning extinction because they can end funding and gut his individual properties. Or Democrats win checks against Trump. It's the internal which has gone dropped. They can end funding and gut his individual prepositions independently. A Dem majority in the House alone is sufficient. It allows impeachment, which outs him forever, and independently the threat is sufficient because it deters aggression. That's Jackson. So even if impeachment doesn't occur, Democrats at least have like the ability to check against like Trump aggression. They have the ability to check against Trump lash out. And if Trump wins, we all die because the dissent outweighs 1. Magnitude. A Democrat win reigns in Trump who will spark global wars of aggression and holds Republicans accountable for a litany of abuses to democracy, the environment, global alliances, civil rights, and rule of law, all which are existential. 2, time frame. 1 more win for Trump will embolden him and confirm Republican hegemony. Try or die at the midterms. And 3, a turns case that's Jackson, which was dropped, it outweighs because they have no terminal impact. So you're weighing our impact and extinction impact with an impact that hasn't been fleshed out at any point in this debate. You have, if you vote AF, you have to tell me what you are voting on because there's like you genuinely have no clue what you're voting on. If you vote AF, you're voting AF to solve for Coast Guards. You're voting AF to like because it gives us minerals. But what is giving us minerals do that uniquely? Like, why can't we get minerals in the status quo? Again, they dropped inherency. It's already like happening in the status quo. There's no reason why uniquely increase. Like they've never identified why increasing it anymore would solve anything separate, like would solve anything more than it does in the status quo. And they haven't given you a plan. So you have like no clue what increasing exploration and development of the Arctic even means. It's super unclear. And don't allow them to re-clarify the 2 arts. Sandbagging is a strat and science skill. I don't have a 3 in order to respond to it. But either way, I'll read some more impact cards here if you aren't convinced yet, because a Democrat win restricts unilateral tariff authority, Ribbon 25. Trump pauses trade war. Congress should reclaim his primacy. Congress stopping Trump feasible if Democrats take after the midterm elections. Backlash against codified changes and extinction. Boot 25. Terrorists making recession likely. History is replete with trade into shooting wars. Trade complicated ending the nuclear war. China responds by blocking some U.S. exports. The president escalates. China retaliates by launching missiles. Tragic miscalc have led to war. So even if you don't buy that, like Trump lash out leads to extinction, you know that tariffs lead to extinction because it's got economic collapse, war, extinction, and again, it's gone dropped. There's no defense against it. Even if you don't think it's the best argument in the world is to try or die, because a 1% risk that it happens means you weigh it against a 0% risk of an after impact, because the after impact doesn't exist. So if you have any like sliver of doubt that this could possibly occur, then it's like an easy vote for the neg. Again, dropped. Like nothing else needs to be said.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Hold on. Okay.
All right. For all the people in the chat, I'm gonna read slower. I'm gonna read this slower for you guys. See now.
Hold on.
Damn, I'm gonna. You don't have to start about 2 minutes.
Damn. 3, 2, 1, go. Go.
Not reading an article.
We mainly emphasized on how minerals would be useless, but But you have to also realize the fact that there is more strategic research, which is the Arctic holds vital untapped resources, including 30% undiscovered oil and 30% undiscovered gases, which is critical minerals needed for national security. Long-term investment. While initial costs are high, the long-term economic benefits, including new shipping routes and resource extraction, are necessary.
Am I lagging or is it him? Am I lagging or is it me? Damn. Mari? Oh, Mari? Okay. I'm not the only one hearing this, right? Mari, you're lagging, bro. We can't hear us. I think you're saying, dog. Mari, we can't hear you, dog. Mari, we can't hear you. You know, I gotta mute this guy. Okay, so Mari's just poor. But even if, Waffle was gonna win in a landslide because this dude Mari just didn't respond to anything at all. Okay, so Mari, you're broke. Okay, so pretty much, for y'all that don't understand the format at all. Oh, actually, let me tell my getting up. Okay, yeah, here, Cora, let you ask your question, and then I'm gonna explain the whole thing. What's up?
I'm not gonna lie, yo. It's not about like it's not about like this. It's about like LFG. It's like I need some players. Like they give me, I got nobody next season. I'm like, teamless.
Yo, get out, bro.
I thought
Yo,
you
bro.
were gonna host Cardi. Okay,
Yo.
I thought he was gonna host Cardi. Okay, I didn't disconnect him, by the way. Okay, so pretty much, LD format is very simple. So he only had like 6 minutes to talk in the first round, and because he needs to get a bunch of stuff in, he's got to speak super fast. And because you got to speak super fast, you slow. It takes time for you guys to understand. Like, for example, I'm gonna open up one of my cases and then just kind of talk. Ow, my ears! I forgot to tell you. Because I actually do LD. He does policy. So let me find my old rewilding thing. I actually might not be here. Okay. So here, pretty much, by the way, Waffle, you won in a landslide, but let me just, it's very quick whenever you talk. Like, this is basically value on utilitarian ethical theory, the action and moral. When the maximize overall happiness and well-being, minimize suffering for a greater number of people, justification, utilitarian provide the fair, measurable way to compare impacts and focus on tangible outcomes such as lives, improve suffering, reducing benefits to society rather than subjective values. That's how you got to speak, because you don't have that much time. You don't got that much time. So you got to speak that quick. If you don't speak that quick, you're not going to get what you need to say.
That's just how, like, the reason why, like,
meta,
people
like,
do
you
it.
gotta speak like
It's progressive, like, debate.
You know,
like,
let me read a card. Let me just tell you guys how a card should work. Handler 25. Many farmers open states that similar lost intensive agriculture run on the path to restore the lands by introducing native vegetation, real health stories, and reconnecting fragmented habitats and leading plants and animals return entire ecosystem begin to recover, creating landscapes that are richer in life and more resilient to environmental change. You guys speak like that. Quick. Okay, Poke, I'll let you on. But yeah, pretty much Waffle won in a landslide.
Also, like, if you're debating like someone that like has done it, it's like actually hard. Like, it's not easy.
Wait, was this LD?
If you're debating
was
against
this LD or policy?
This was LD.
Policy.
This was LD. He's a policy debater, but they agreed in the LD format.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of the discussion was just not relevant. Like talking about midterms is just like that doesn't really.
How is that not relevant?
Point. And then like,
How's that not relevant?
I don't know what this guy Mari was doing. He's talking about scientific development.
Yeah,
he just kept restating it. Like he doesn't back it up.
Hold on. How's the midterms not relevant? How's the midterms not relevant?
Hold on, Mari.
Oh, did you understand what I was?
Oh my
It was a diss ad. It's a diss ad.
We should.
Yeah, and I'm proving we shouldn't because if we do, at least It triggers the midterms. It said.
Wait, whoa. Let me speak.
Wait,
What?
look.
What?
How
Here, I'll
about-
explain it to you.
The
How
idea is whether the policy should be. What is going on? Can I speak?
Yeah, the idea is whether the
What
policy
I'm
should be
saying is,
implemented, right?
like, the idea of this. Okay, hold on. Yeah, there obviously there needs to be policy on the issue, but the